fam, welcome to my YouTube channel. It's Wednesday, so obviously it's Wednesday Davy, and I just want to appreciate firstly the people who have supported me during my first video, and I would love to appreciate you all and list you guys down, but I don't actually have the list. So I appreciate my first subscribers. I hit 100 and got a small trophy. And I was really excited. Yeah, so I want to appreciate those who subscribed, and if you haven't, please do. It's an amazing channel and it will help you understand more about mental health issues and everything that you need to know about your mental health. So on today's segment, I'll be talking about anxiety and kind of try to show you anxiety through the eyes of the person who's experiencing anxiety, if that makes sense. Anyway, so anxiety is a mental health disorder in which a person tends to feel worry, fear, uneasiness, and this can majorly affect their day-to-day lives and how they handle themselves, you see. And majorly the most probable symptoms would be shortness of breath, and the person will be unable to do certain tasks that they've been assigned to do, and also they'll feel uneasiness and worry about situations that are happening in their lives, and they'll feel like have soreness in the joints and bones, and also like what else, they'll tend to panic a lot, and they'll be really how should I say this, they'll be easily irritated by the slightest thing. They just feel irritated. So anxiety, like I would say in the eyes sasa, in the wachana sasa with these symptoms, in the eyes of the person, this person who experiences anxiety, they always imagine the worst outcomes and start panicking. Like a situation, for example, you're supposed to do a certain project for maybe your class or your company or something of the sort, and you know you can do it, but then since anxiety is there, anxiety tends to project whatever you're feeling and just put it out there. So like you'll be worried and you start overthinking. I actually believe anxiety is kind of connected to overthinking, you see, because when you start overthinking, you start getting anxious, and so this person who's doing the project, they overthink and they overthink and they overthink, and then they start panicking, and they're like, what if I do it wrongly? What if I don't do it? What if this happens? And then eventually they start panicking and most probably won't do it, you see. So yeah, secondly, you run away from social gatherings to avoid being judged. You see, an anxious mind tends to worry about what people and the environment tends to think about them. So this person, maybe for example, you went to which is my favorite event, let's say a La Freak event, my favorite band. Yeah, and then you get there and maybe you wore this really amazing outfit, and then you start like feeling like people are looking at you way too much, and then you start coiling yourself and you don't want to talk to people, and then you get out of there because you've been overthinking about your environment and overthinking about people and what they have to say about how you look or anything about you, you see. So thirdly, you're constantly hunted by the fear of getting caught. You see, like you fear getting caught even when you haven't done anything wrong. You're just like, what if they find out? And you see, like most of the times when a person who fears getting caught and is experiencing anxiety, this is a person who's done something that will favor them, but then they're afraid of the reaction of the person who's related to this situation or who's connected to this situation. Forgive my voice, niko na homa kiasi. So this person will constantly fear getting caught and will do rational things. This person tends to overanalyze everything down to the last atom. Like for me personally, my hair. Right now, like before I started it, I was like, how does my hair look like? Does it look way too shaggy or something of the sort? Or sometimes I overanalyze my outfits. Like I tend to like change before I get out of the house. I change like close to 4 outfits because I'm not sure which looks great. So I'll wear the first one, remove it. Wear the second one, remove it, because I am like, this one is not good enough. And yeah, so I tend to change my outfits a lot because I'm anxious about everything. Yeah, before I text a person or reply to a message, I tend to like over analyze the text, even though it's like a smooth one, haina maneno mingi, but I tend to over analyze it and eventually delete it and write another one, and then I over analyze that one too, and then I change and do another one. Like, you get my point? Yeah. So see, the 6th one would be you dread the future more than you anticipate it. You see, like when you have anxiety tends to limit you. I was once told there's good anxiety and bad anxiety, but so the bad anxiety tends to limit you, you see, and you don't actually anticipate your future because you're afraid of how it will look, how your future will be like. So you dread the sight of your future because you're not sure. You see, a person with anxiety tends to want to be in control of absolutely every situation in their life. Please forgive that cuckoo if you've had it. It's irritating me too. Sorry. And the 7th one would be you replay past actions and conversations in your mind. So I've seen this meme where people are like, me at 2 a.m. you start replaying your like your past conversations where most probably you might have said something maybe not dumb, but in your mind it seems dumb, you see. Or maybe you said something and you're like, oh no, why did I say that? So like anxiety tends to amplify that thought or that past event or past action that you did and makes it seem like a really terrible thing, when you actually need to understand that you're human and you tend to make mistakes. It's something that happens. So yeah. The 8th one will be everything bad that happens in your life, you tend to feel like it's your fault, when actually it's not. Sometimes it might be your fault because, as I've said previously, we all make mistakes, but at times it's not always your fault, you see. People with anxiety, especially like, should I say, friendship wise and relationship wise, people with anxiety who are in relationships, they tend to like be like when the partner or friend, they like when they get into an argument, they tend to be like, it's my fault, I did this, even though during that time it wasn't you who was in the wrong, or maybe both of you were on the wrong, but then a person with anxiety will take the blame and be like, this was all my fault, I totally did this and I shouldn't have done that, I promise to change. You see, when you have anxiety, you tend to blame yourself a lot, even though it's not your fault, you see. You keep comparing yourself to other people. People with anxiety do that a lot. I personally do that a lot, and I'm really trying so hard to work on that and not like just believe in myself and compete with myself, you see. People with anxiety tend to compare themselves with other people. Like, you see a person who's making it, like they have everything going on in their life perfectly, and you start wondering like, why is she having a better life, why is he having a better life than me? And you're just like there, like you don't have anything going on for you, and you just feel like why is it like that? And then you start stressing yourself, and you start overthinking the whole situation, and you start wanting more from life, when you have whatever you have there then is enough. Because they they have their own, like we have different parts, you see, like we have different parts, and that their path most probably is not way ahead of yours, but it's totally different from yours. So the moment you start concentrating on your path and being like, when it's right it will happen, when it's supposed to happen it will happen, every situation gets better. Like you okay, like every bad situation, every good situation changes, everything changes, nothing is constant, even that bad situation of yours. Okay, the next one would be you obsess over the tiniest details and strive to be a perfectionist. Anxiety and perfectionist. Evie. You strive to be so perfect because you're afraid of mistakes. You're so afraid of making even the slightest mistake, you see. And I just believe like we should give ourselves space to make mistakes. We should give ourselves that enough space to make mistakes, so that you learn from your mistakes, so that you improve, like you improve yourself from that mistake, like you better yourself from that mistake. You get my point? Yeah. The next one, you get irritated easily when people or situations don't go according to your plan. That is so me. Yani, when I make plans and they don't go the way I want them to go, I don't even get irritated, I get depressed. I start like, I feel like, why is it like that? Like, why didn't it go like this? It should have happened like this. But then, just like I said, we should give ourselves that enough room to make mistakes. We should give ourselves enough space for things to go wrong so that they can go great. And I know at times not everything goes great even after going bad, but we should give ourselves that enough space, because no bad situation lasts. Yeah, that was mostly whatever I had for you guys today. If you feel like there's something that you need to talk about with me, you can check out my Instagram page at Debbie, and you can DM me and we'll talk about it, whatever you want us to talk about. And feel free to subscribe, to share, to like, to comment. I appreciate you guys for watching it and getting this far on my side. And yeah, thank you. And God bless you guys. I appreciate you all. Y'all are amazing souls. Thank you.